Hi everyone, we're here at SAP Sapphire 2026. We just left the keynote presentation from President Klein and then the SAP crew. So many announcements.
Oh yeah.
So I sat here with Deepak Sood, the CEO at Auritas, and we're going to ask some questions. Let's talk about how this announcement, innovation, how is that going to come to life for SAP users? So Deepak, thank you so much for being here today. First question, we heard a lot about the new SAP Business AI platform, right? Mainly for us, I think the integration of BTP, BDC, and Business AI all in a unified, governed, centralized platform. How is that important for the SAP users?
Well, SAP, over the past few years had created these platforms where, BTP was a platform where you want to do, any kind of enhancement and development and all the different services that were coming along. Then along came BDC, which was their play of addressing all their analytics requirements, whether it is the HANA Object Store, whether it is connectivity to Databricks and Snowflakes and Calibra, all being the partner ecosystems, primarily dealing with the different kind of analytics, functionality coming around. Here is the new presentation of SAP where they are saying, well, this is all data. This is all valuable information, and how do we assimilate all of that information together onto a single platform called the Business AI? Whether you want to consume that information from transactional side, from the analytics side, from the fact that you want to enable certain functions around services and automate those processes in AI, it's all onto a single platform, and it's going to be removing a lot of confusion for the customers, whether it is, hey, what kind of credits do I have? Is it enterprise credits? Or is this? It's going to all standardize the whole process, and it's going to take the innovation at a much faster pace.
We also heard a lot about partnerships and acquisitions, right? Especially in the AI space. We heard Reltio for data, Dremio for Lakehouse, and then Prior Labs for the tabular processing. So how is that important for the SAP users? How are they going to see it different on their day-to-day?
Well, if you look at all these acquisitions, they are not necessarily coming with the focus towards the SAP ecosystem. So I feel strongly now that SAP is coming and presenting their whole idea of managing ERP data, not only for the SAP environments, but also for the non-SAP systems. That's the starting point. But then what you can take this vision further would be, you're bringing new processes in, you're bringing automation in, but you are bringing documents, you are bringing storage extensions into it, where now you have a much bigger data set where you have the right kind of information, where exactly I'm gonna say that data quality is gonna become so much more important. Having the right kind of information and having the right kind of context in the whole space is gonna be even more critical. But the information from where you are able to get all the right insights is gonna be much bigger than what SAP originally had.
We also heard about the autonomous enterprise, right? How does that fit into, I think, the framework that we've been using for so long and all SAP users have heard, which is the people process technology? How does that fit into that?
Well, I would say, this is SAP's effort, and I would say it's a step in the right direction to address the requirements of people process technology in the new age. How they are doing it? They are bringing workflows. They are bringing data, they are bringing agents into that whole process. So if you look at it from a people perspective, well, people can work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and then there are certain processes they are able to automate on that part. What for an enterprise, you are able to address those requirements 24/7. This is where the combination of agents with workflows and addressing the data comes into play. Now, technology, we all know, AI being the big shift, the big paradigm that is changing that part. But what SAP has taken further is, you want to adopt AI, but with all the guardrails around it. You want to adopt AI, but make sure all your numbers, all your outcomes are 100% accurate. Let me give you the guardrails and the guidelines and the full audit of how this process was done, how it was automated, and how we can make it consumable for any average consumer in the ERP industry.
So many innovations,
Yep.
so many different solutions. But where to start? What are some of the next steps SAP users can take now to be ready for this AI, this new platforms that SAP just launched?
For starting, simplification. And it's an oxymoron, right? On one side we are talking about all these technologies, on the other side I'm using the term simplification. I think this is the time for organizations to really put together all whatever they have in their environment, whether it is within the BTP, the BDC, and other technologies, and determine how they're gonna adopt the new technology stack. My second recommendation in this whole process would be testing out all the newer tools that are coming into play. We know Joule has been there for quite some time. The consumption of Joule, especially for consuming different models, has been to make sure, hey, we are addressing all the data privacy requirements. We are not sharing any kind of data that is sensitive information to the outside, models and all. But with now these tools coming in, I think Joule is going to be front, right, and center for addressing all the different solutions. That's where Joule is going to become the gatekeeper. And all these agents, whether you use Joule along with MCP and other applications, is going to be driving all the innovation in and outside SAP.
So thank you again, Deepak. And of course, if you have any questions, please reach out to us at www.auritas.com.